Hello and welcome, my name is Mr. Maths and this is Mr. Maths Revision. And what I'm going to do with this mathematics video is do an exam standard fractional equation. I'm going to solve a fractional equation. So let's have a look at the one we have on the board. It looks quite a long fractional equation. We have 4x minus 3 over 6 minus 2x minus 3 over 8 equals 2x minus 1 over 4 plus 3. What we have to do here is we have to eliminate the fraction. And you may well know that we look for the LCM. We look for the lowest common multiple of 6, 8 and 4. You can put this 3 on the end here over 1 if you want to. So the LCM of 6, 8 and 4, if you work out what will these numbers go into, well 6 and 4 will go into 12, but 8 won't go into 12. So the first one we really come to is 24, because 24 is the lowest common multiple of 4, 6 and 8. 4 will go into 24, 6 will go into 24 and 8 will go into 24. So what we do is we follow the rule. And the rule is that we multiply both sides of the equation by 24. We multiply every term on the left hand side of the equation by 24. So what I do, I put a 24 in front of the bracket on that side, and notice I put brackets around my terms. Yes, you must do that. As soon as you've got the question to start, put your brackets around your terms. And I got my 24 here, and I got my 24 on the other side of the equation. And of course you mustn't forget that you're multiplying both sides of the equation by 24, means you're multiplying every term by 24. So we must multiply the 3 on the right hand side by 24 as well. So now we need to clear the fraction. So we clear the fraction now by cancelling. What we do is we cancel. We cancel on the left hand side. 6 into 24 goes 4 times. 6 into 6 goes once, you see, and 6 into 24 goes 4. We cancel the 8 into the 24. 8 into 8 goes once, and 8 into 24 goes 3 times. And we cancel the 4 into the 24 of that term, and that goes 6 times. 4 into 4 once, you see. And then we have 24 times 3, because if that was over 1, it's still 24 times 3 anyway. Now what we have to do is, if you look at the rule on the board here, we've got to expand the brackets. We must remove the brackets on the left hand side of the equation. So what I do now is I can put an arrow on there to show the multiplication of 4 times 4, that's 16x. I put my arrow to that term, I got 4 times minus 3. Well, that's unlike terms, unlike signs. So unlike signs multiply give minus. So that's minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Then I multiply my minus 3 by my 2x. We have to multiply every term inside the bracket by the term outside the bracket. And I have, unlike signs again, minus 3 times 2, that's minus 6x. Now I have, multiplying here, minus 3 times minus 3. I have like signs, and 2 like signs multiplied will give me plus. So 3 times 3 will give me 9. I've got 2 minuses multiplied, and they're like signs multiplied. And that equals, on the right hand side, I multiply by 6 by my 2x, putting my arrow on again. 6 times 2x is 12x. And 6 times minus 1, unlike signs multiplied, that will give me minus. That'll give me minus 6. And 24 times 3, you can work that out, that gives you 72. So we now have an equation in x's and numbers, all mixed up at the moment. And what I did, I multiplied every term outside my bracket by my terms inside my bracket, and you can put the arrows on. You can do an extra line in between there if you want to, because with my arrows on there it looks a little bit complex now. But the arrows can help you quite a lot in multiplying the brackets out. Now what we need to do is follow another rule. And the rule is that we collect the x's on the left hand side of the equation and we collect the numbers on the right hand side of the equation. So I want to collect my x's on the left hand side. So I have 16x minus the 6x, putting those two together. Now I'm going to move my 12x. And of course, when we move a term from one side of the equation to the other, we have a rule and we change the sign. The rule is, change the side of an equation, change the sign. So what we're going to do now is move the plus 12x to the left hand side, and that will become minus 12x. If you move a term from one side of an equation to the other, means when you go across the equal symbol, you change the sign. I now have collected my x's on the left hand side of my equation, and this is equal to the numbers on the right hand side. I start off with my minus 6, I've got my plus 72, and now I'm going to move my terms on the left hand side to the right hand side. I'm going to move my minus 12 here. If I move my minus 12 will become plus 12 on the other side of the equation. If you change the side of an equation, you change the sign. I now have to move my plus 9 from the left hand side to the right hand side of the equation, and that plus 9 here will become minus 9 on the other side of the equation. You see, I've changed the side of my equation and I changed the sign. That rule will become part of you as you go on in mathematics.